Alright, this video is going to be a little different from the last one. Rather than being gameplay, I wrote a script. We're going to be ranking every major Fortnite event from worst to best. Now, I wasn't around for all of these, and I certainly don't have footage of all of them, so footage credit will be down in the corner, along with the channel's names in the description. Anytime in the rare occasion that you don't see a name in the corner, that means I actually had footage of it, so, just take note of that. As for the rules, it has to either have taken place on the main island at the time, or have major impact on the storyline that everyone cares about just as much as I do. This also means nothing that was made creative, so no Kid Laroi, no Metallica, and no Karol G. Piss off. These are just going to be the big ones. That being said, the first, 6 are stupid small, so let's get into it and get them over with. It actually, actively, melts my brain out of my skull that Fortnite even had the absolute stones on them to make this an event. It was streamed on a YouTube Live, which honestly feels like the intended way to view it because at least there I don't have to deal with modern Fortnite's Unreal Engine 5 optimization. Anyway, what happened here anyway? Snoop Dogg and Ice Spice did a 10-minute show in Times Square that felt like it lasted 12 hours because Ice Spice's 3 songs all blend together. That's it. Do I have to explain why that sucks? I'm not here to critique music. I'm cutting this short before I turn to Anthony Fantano. Damn, boy, he's thick! Our whole universe was in a hot, dense state. The big ol' tease for Timmy Sweeney's Precious Metaverse. It was cool for the first, 10 seconds, recreating the end, but then it was just a giant cutscene made to advertise the Metaverse modes that all died at 2 months after launch. I guess Festival is still kicking, but the other two? Yeah, no, gone. Back alley. Shot and dead. Eminem was on the poster, and yet he showed up for 2 minutes in a tease for Festival, and he still has no jam tracks even after Remix. What are we doing here? But yeah, this is just another nothing burger.
My name is Eminem, and I like to rap.
Hey, well, would you look at that? Eminem actually gets some justice. His parts were cool here, mostly due to the return of my beloved. And the Juice tribute was undeniably sweet. I can imagine his fans were really happy with it. But yet again, Tweedledum and Tweedledee are back at it again with their parts that go on entirely too long. Again, I couldn't tell where one Ice Spice song started or ended. At least she gave us a scrap of Travis Scott returning to the game, which I actually have my live reaction to. What the f***? Travis? Is it actually Travis? That's Travis!
Eyeshadow, it's me, the devil.
I wasn't even sure if I should count this one. It's literally just a cutscene, but everywhere I looked counted as one, so whatever. I guess you can use this to gauge just how bad the last two are. Daigo does some funny stuff with the demon portal, and now he's evil, I guess. Chapter 6's storyline is a mess. Pretty pink sparkles.
Shapes and colors the likes of which I've never seen.
Yo, dudes, the Empire's pretty chill. Maybe you could like...
Do you like Universal Studios? You'll love this one. This is the first event on our list that I would put in the big name theme park ride category of event. You know, something you'd see at Universal, or in this case, I guess, Disney. Characters yelling at you, you being suspiciously important to the whole plan, the "good job guys, we couldn't have done it without you" at the end, that sort of thing. A good few events follow this structure, but this one does it the worst. You walk through 3 Death Star rooms, wait 87 years for the industry plant protagonist to make it to the door so you can all proceed, get thrown around by Palpatine, and then watch the Death Star blow up. End scene.
Why is everything chrome?
Everything is chrome in the future.
The exact opposite problem to Galactic Battle. Way too long. The opening cutscene where the 0 point and the loop get chromed up was cool, but after that, it's just kind of a Dogwater creative map with many quests to do and lay nostalgia! No, but in all seriousness, this was a pre-OG world, so seeing these things referenced, especially after all of Chapter 3 hinting that this island was actually the same as the Chapter 1 island, was really novel and cool at the time. Still can't save it from being so undeniably boring, though. At least Mr. Breast was there.
So nasty that is probably somewhat of a travesty.
I was at my job when this event was going down, and I'm almost certain that that was a more interesting way to spend my afternoon. The first cutscene is cool, but after that it's just shooting at Doom for 2 hours until he dies. There's still 2 months left of the season, so sure, whatever, turn the Marvel season into Halloween. That being said, Fortnitemares 2024 was gas, so I guess I'm not too mad. The concept is cool, giving him a global health bar across all servers, but it was just such a piss-weak ending to a season that had a decently strong storyline that actually built off elements from the previous seasons. Doom was cooler in the Fortnite comics. Yeah. How many of you dinglings know about the official Fortnite Marvel Comics run? I do. Funnily enough, this event is basically identical to Doom, and I also happen to have a real-world story that led to me missing it, just like Doom. Some lady crashed her car at 50 miles an hour into the telephone pole specifically outside my house, cutting off our internet exclusively. That is factually more interesting than anything happening in this event. It's just Doom again, but with a demon kraken instead. Then, oh no, it's got another 3 health bars. Whatever will we do?
There's a starman waiting in the sky. He'd like to come and meet us, but he thinks he'd blow our minds. There's a starman waiting in the sky. He's told us not to blow it, 'cause he knows it's all worthwhile. He told me.
Oh. It's over.
This is the ultimate showdown, ultimate destiny.
What do you know, it's another cutscene, but this one's actually kinda neat. It feels like when you'd mix all your action figures together into a big fight as a kid. Sarah Connor fending off xenomorphs, Ellen Ripley hitting Terminators with trucks, Kratos fighting a stack of pancakes, Meowscles probably literally dying, Peely for sure actually literally dying. Oh my god! Hamster beef. Guess he made it out of the soda.
Will be put back in the soda.
And of course, the first appearance of...
It's about drive, it's about power. We stay hungry, we devour.
Overall, a fun little cinematic.
It's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Alright, this is where I'd say the events start getting good. Not awesome, but good. The Marshmallow concert was a really novel concept at the time and laid the groundwork for some absolute peak later on. All the imagery was really fun, the different gameplay modifiers were cool, and I remember this actually getting me into his music for a bit back in the day. Wonder how he's doing now. I never hear about him outside of Fortnite. In fact, why does he keep getting skins? I never see anybody wear them. Why doesn't he get jam tracks instead? Whatever, he's probably doing good out there. Anyways, yeah, solid little performance, just dwarfed by someone else.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age!
Another really short one, but a cool one. Oh, cool, get it? Because the Ice King floating in his wizard orb for weeks on end was a really foreboding and awesome build-up to this event. The giant ghost form of himself he summons blew my little kitty brain, and the actual visual of the blizzard rolling onto the island from the distance and actually changing the map and minimap in real time felt like such a huge deal. Like, oh shit, this guy isn't messing around. Nothing ever really came of him though. The prisoner got out and then I guess they both fought pirates. Still a fond little memory for me nonetheless.
There's a world going on underground.
Started out as a fun little zombie arcade shooter with some awesome cube visuals. Only for the scientist and visitor, yes I know their names, shut up, to rescue us and bring us underground into the island's inner workings ran by the imagined order. Sloane's doing some MK Ultra nonsense on Jones when suddenly...
It's about drive, it's about power. We stay hungry, we devour. Put in the work, put in the hours, and take what's ours.
This moment might be the hardest I've ever laughed playing Fortnite. It happening when it did, right after the song released. God, you can't write timing that good. But after that, it's another universal ride affair. Walking around, listen to guys talk, shoot some goons, then watch an actually cool visual of the whole double-sided island system flipping over. Absolutely clipping the Cube Queen in the process. That's mostly what this event has, besides the rock meme for me, the visuals. It really does feel like an interdimensional invasion towards the start, and the ending reveal was spectacular to watch.
Samurai fool!
Yeah?
Daigo and the cool Shogun guy have a cool kaiju anime fight that Daigo wins because his opponent is a freaking dummy. Some neat visuals yet again, and some actually great looking choreography. Seriously, I'm pretty sure this was mostly mocapped, and it looks great. Also want to mention the music for the first time. I'll get into music more on the last couple of entries, but this feels like the first one where the music really stands out. At the end of the day, though, it just feels like a weaker version of something we'll discuss much later.
Secret box? You never told me about your secret box.
Another one with a cool build-up. The earthquakes and fiery lump on the ground becoming more noticeable until BANG! Big ol' hand out of the ground. Breaking the chains was a pretty cool community-wide thing too, and the living tornado of souls and agony that resulted from it was pretty sick. I just wish we got to see the rest of the Titan. I mean, I guess we did because, you know, he got a skin, but you know what I mean. I wanted to see this guy crawl out of the ground like the probe from Monsters vs. Aliens and start boxing up the big Zeus statue. I would've kicked ass. I really don't know why we all chose the drum gun here. The TAC SMG or the planes would have been way better. Anyways, that's not even what I care about. It's actually everything after the unvaulting that's cool. The volcano blocks out the sky with smoke, the whole island clouded in a murky red. Then Retail Row gets nuked, Polar Peak gets hit, which I'm sure will have zero lasting effects on the environment. And then, after 2 years of people saying it was gonna happen, boom. Tilted. Gone. I love specifically how Tilted's meteor splits into 3. Just the ultimate disrespect. I like how they held back on music for this one too. Just the scary-ass natural sounds of a volcano erupting. Neat touch.
Best friend of all! Why did he stab us in the back and twist the blade?
The pinnacle of Universal Studios rides is here, boys. Forget what I said about Star Wars or whatever. This one is just walking through rooms, Sloane betrays you, then you get out. So why is it so high? Say it with me, gang. Visuals! The interior of the mothership is really cool looking, and everything with the cubes was such a mind-blowing reveal. You're telling me these things were just the weapons of interdimensional conquerors this whole time? And that ending, man. That ending shot is what Galactic Battle wishes it had. The ship that was over the island all season exploding as the cubes inside sprinkled down like a meteor shower ready to corrupt the very soil of the island. Cool stuff, but just lacking actual content.
Yes! Finally, I'm a beautiful butterfly!
Yet again, a cool, sort of light event that relies heavily on its cube-based visuals. The cube cracking and draining in color over time was so intriguing to me, so seeing it explode only to warp us to some scary-ass Nightmare Rift dimension with a freaky butterfly was certainly a curveball. Leaky Lake was also a welcome addition in this event's aftermath, making Loot Lake an actual tolerable location with different loot opportunities. Although, that begs the question why all this happened. Shortly after, the IO started building the vault, which we later learned held the 0 point. So was the cube suicide bombing in an attempt to bring it up from under the lake for the last reality? Was the 0 point always inside the cube? The vault and the butterfly dimension look nearly identical. Who cares? This isn't a lore analysis. Moving on.
I herald his beginning. I herald these nuts.
Reigning in the top 10, we've got the Hungry Man himself. Galactus' sheer scale is done such justice here. His hand is bigger than the whole island. Him slowly approaching throughout the season was a great detail too. The actual meat of this event is a really simple arcade-style flying shoot-'em-up type thing with battle buses that Tony Stark has rigged up to act as bombs. The vibes are off the charts on this one. Running up Galactus' arm in a trench run while AC/DC plays is unquestionably badass. And the ending bit with Wolverine, it's Wolverine, come on, of course he's gonna be aura farming.
Get me up there, Buff!
A surprise hit for me overall, considering I usually don't like these ride-style events.
Lightning bolt! Lightning bolt! Lightning bolt! Lightning bolt! Lightning bolt! Lightning!
Talk about foreshadowing, man. Zeus's lightning being red, foreshadowing the creation of Nitro from it. The music shifting from an orchestral drone to screeching guitar riffs, like tolling the bell of the Wastelanders' arrival. To creating the dust storm that Megalodon and his forces would soon arrive on, eventually overshadowing the whole map in a cloud of sand and red lightning. Hey, I've seen this one! Yeah, Fury Road is my favorite movie ever, and Wrecked is my favorite season ever, and I'll defend it with my life, so of course I'll love the event that gave it to us in the first place. I'm not biased. Next!
Pilots, ready to connect.
Let's go fishing.
I was hyped to see Mecha Team Leader return from space. Learning that it was on the moon the whole time, being repaired and upgraded, was awesome. However, I was less excited when we were forced to be the designated driver. Still, this event has plenty of cinematic moments. Doing a superhero landing into the loop, bashing IO blimps out of the sky like toys, and of course, Peely pulling up in a slurp truck to heal the mech up brought a big hearty grin to my face the first time I saw it. Oh yeah, and Sloan just straight up dies.
Any last words, Jones?
Look out.
I mean, she doesn't, because she's back and reformed later, but my god, I thought this was pretty final at the time. Music also slaps here, mostly due to the remixing of the Baller original Mech theme. Overall, a respectable follow-up. If there was a more exciting thing to a young boy in 2018 than live updates of a block moving across an island, no there wasn't. I remember the first time the lightning struck. I was playing on the couch with a few buddies, heard it, and caught it out of the corner of my eye. They didn't see it, and they all called me crazy. But a week or two later... I was right. This was just so mysterious at the time. Where's it going? Where'd it come from? Why is it putting satanic symbols on the ground and turning the gravity off? Seriously, what is this thing? From the sounds it made, to the destruction it caused, to its eventual trampolinification of Loot Lake, this thing was an enigma like no other, and it was just so damn dynamic and fun to track along its little journey. Most interesting to me is that, as I mentioned during the Butterfly segment, we still don't know what its endgame was. Whatever the reason, this thing changed the game up for weeks and made Season 5 even better with its presence. I love you, Kevin. Stay square.
What the fuck?
Alright, like I said, I am God's greatest wrecked defender.
I love... Give me fuel, give me fire!
So, of course, I'm going to place its event stupid high. This event was shockingly hype for a Chapter 5 outing. The heavy metal flashing on with the spotlights as the nitro gets ready to fuel the ship.
Seems like everybody's chill.
Oh, the music!
I'm like...
The sirens blaring and the sabotage as Dr. Doom makes his presence known. And the jaw-dropping explosion of the pipeline as it backfires, culminating in a whole-ass mushroom cloud at Redline Rig.
Crap!
Legalize nuclear bombs! Revealing none other than Pandora's box as the source of the Wastelanders nitro fuel. How you take ancient Greek energy and refine it down into a compatible fuel for your Honda Civic, I'll never know. Seriously, give this girl a raise, bro. I guess I just got one thing to say.
Legalize nuclear bombs.
Swag Messiah.
People stopped caring about that meme like 2 years ago, didn't they?
Do not look directly at the operational end of the device.
This is an interesting one. The first glimpses we ever got at the Imagined Order and the Loop, but besides that, this one had banger imagery and visuals all around. The design of the device itself is mesmerizing to look at. The way the storm gets pissed and turns red when it starts fighting back. But this one ranked so high for a singular reason. The music. They did not have to pop off on the Fortnite OST so hard, but by God, this track genuinely gives me chills to this day. Look at this bit from where the device is on its last legs as the storm is closing in, and listen to the music. God, it gets me every time. and the big reveal of the tsunami afterwards, which, besides looking amazing with a bunch of neat things to spot inside, also has a jaw-dropping musical cue. I would say this feels like the best concert in the game, but...
Here's my fries. Sometimes I do this.
I'm not even a huge Travis Scott fan, and I was even less of a fan when this event happened. Never hated the guy, I still don't. Just hadn't listened to much of his stuff yet. But oh my god, he really saw Marshmello build a stage, then had them build him a fake one just for his ozone-scraping skyscraper ass to take a piss all over. That reveal had my jaw on the floor, and everything afterwards keeps up the momentum. The roller coaster snaking through the island and catching on fire as Travis starts shooting lightning and turning into a damn T-800, the underwater segment, gravity changing repeatedly, and that tough-ass finale with his Cactus Jack skin taking a seat on Mars and going on to walk around the titular Astroworld, all the while the main man is dropping a new song during a Fortnite live event. Just the setup, the choreography, the bait and switch with the stage, banger. All banger. Yeah, okay, this one still gives me goosebumps too. I'll take my seat at Super Weenie Hut Juniors now. In all seriousness, this one was so hype. One rocket launches from our reality, only to bring in the missing members of the Seven from their own realities in their own rockets. All in an effort to teleport the impending meteor away from Dusty Depot and onto the 0 point. Speaking of, before I get into the music of this one again, I want to talk about the sound design of the rockets taking the meteor away. It just sounds so alien and powerful, like what I'd imagine an actual teleporter would sound like. Just listen to this. We'll be talking more about Rocket Rift sounds shortly, don't worry. Back to the actual event, watching all the rockets zip around the map, dipping in and out of reality, trying to keep track of their trajectory and where they're going, all the while this beautiful piece is blessing your ears. Yeah, we gotta talk about the music. You know the bit I'm gonna play. I know you do. Roll the footage. Who do they have making these things at Epic, bro? I guess the black hole is kind of worth mentioning, too, but who cares, whatever. Still a gorgeous send-off to Chapter 1.
3, 2, 1.
Got a blast!
And now for the younger brother. Or I guess older, actually, since it happened first. You'd think having 6 less rockets and lacking a meteor would knock this one down, but no, it's simple yet effective. The voice that comes over the radio as the rocket is targeting sounds so slick. And fun fact, it's actually the voice of ex-creative director on Fortnite, Donald Mustard. Don't say it, don't think it, don't say it, don't think it. The first time I saw those lasers light up and zero in on Tilted, I was gobsmacked. And I was even more shocked when the damn missile ripped a hole in the fabric of reality with one of the coolest goddamn sounds in any video game ever. Listen to that! It's so bassy and warbly, it really does feel like a rip in space and time. The rift being left in the sky for the next entire season was also such an epic reminder of what transpired here. For all its visuals, sound design, and pioneering efforts in being the game's first live event, the rocket almost takes the top spot. That honor goes to... The final showdown is one of the greatest things in any video game ever, and I will not be taking second opinions on this. The robot being built up piece by piece over the season, and all the while we could see giant footprints leading from the shattered polar peak into the ocean, where the tip of the castle could be occasionally seen swimming around. And then, when the day finally came...
Holy Jesus! What is that? What the fuck?
I don't think anybody, even the people who looked at this loading screen, expected the Devourer to look quite like this. And then, the robot powers on. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother going over the music on this one. It's gas, I'm just gonna play it when it's relevant. It shoots 2 whole volleys of missiles at the demon, then suplexes it into the ocean, only for it to jump out and start ripping it limb from limb. Then, as the Titan falters, it rips the 0 point from the vault and delivers a multiversal powered uppercut. Holy shit! Again, sound design and music. As if this couldn't get any cooler, I damn near pissed my britches when the robot grabbed the statue that was in Neo Tilted all season and had a whole ass He-Man moment with it. Chills every single time. Sound, music, twists, turns, choreography, the sheer scale of these things whooping each other across the entire map. Unquestionably the greatest Fortnite live event of all time. Quadruple S+ tier, 6 out of 5 stars, no notes. So there's the list. Do you agree? Disagree? Think I should be publicly executed for enjoying Wrecked? Let me know in the comments. That's all for this one. See you in 9 months when I get a video idea again.